Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Test Case Scenario. You're probably wondering why I'm a fox today.
You are a fox.
You're a fox
that-
every day, Jason.
No comment.
As you can see, we're all in costume today for our extra spooky Halloween episode. I can actually do the whistle. How was that? Good.
Oh, sit still.
I think we just jumped the shit. We jumped the shark in our 20 whatever episode. All right. Should we take off our costumes?
Nice. Marcus is upside down.
Can't all be perfect. Oh, there's my new costume with my glasses. Oh no, Marcus is upside down.
I'll figure it out.
I had funky glasses on.
All right, as though everything's normal.
So today is our Halloween episode. Everything's going to be a little funky today, as you can have already imagined. So we figured we would have a little bit of fun today. Hope you will have some fun with us. We're going to share some of our favorite bugs. Is that an appropriate way to say it? Favorite bugs?
Most horrifying bugs.
Most horrifying bugs. Interesting bugs. Yeah, most horrifying bugs. There you go for Halloween. So let's jump right into it. Evelyn, putting you on the spot. What's a horrifying bug that you know of?
Awesome. So yes, the worm story. We were talking prior to the podcast about spooky software bugs, and the first one that we came up with was good, but it was really like scary, like not spooky fun, more spooky scary, and costed the government like millions of dollars and put research behind. So I was like, let me look up a list of fun software bugs, fun things with better names that aren't as terrifying, and we found this one called the Morse worm from 1988. And a student at Cornell University created a worm as part of an experiment, and it got loose like a wildfire and crashed computers and estimated cost for over $10 million in damage. He was fine, but he's now a professor at MIT. So all's well that ends well. And he found a vulnerability and improved digital security. So I think this one's like spooky, good, spooky, and not spooky, horrifying.
That was a good spooky. What about you, Nikolay?
So for me, mine is a interesting bug. I don't know. It's spooky if you're working at the company when the bug happens. But then there's also a cool lesson at the end of the story that I learned and which shaped my testing philosophy. So I worked for a company where we were responsible for receiving web requests from digital advertisers. We appended more information to those web requests to more easily identify our customers and make the ads better targeted. And we were updating a 404 page, which is a 404 page for everyone that isn't familiar. It's basically just like a you went to the wrong page, page not found, oops. And so a developer updated the page, and we're like, oh, okay, cool, no problem, right? It's just an update. Let's go ahead and push it up to production. I mean, to test it, I opened the page. It was a 404 page, fine. And not much more necessary. So we started pushing it up to production. We had a load balancer. So we had 3 servers where we would deploy on. We deployed it on one of the servers. Things were okay. Started deploying it to the second server. Alarm bell started ringing from the DevOps side. He started getting different kinds of alerts. Automated tests started failing. And he was like, hey, guys, I'm getting a bunch of alerts. Should we pause here? We're like, no, probably all good. It's probably just false positives or something weird is happening. Don't worry about it. Let's push it up. We push it up to the last server. After a little bit, maybe like a minute or two, started getting way more alerts. We noticed our chat application started to slow down. Then the internet started to slow down. A few minutes later, we find out that the whole internet for the whole company is down. and we were bought by a parent company. Then we find out that their internet was down. And we were like, what the hell is going on? After doing a little bit more digging, what we find out is that the page that we updated was a few megabytes in size, which is massive in web page size. The pages should be like kilobytes in size. This was megabytes. And so we were receiving like hundreds of thousands of web requests per second to that to our services. And of course, a bunch of them were getting redirected to the 404 page. And so ultimately what we did was slow down the entire internet for the whole data center for our little company and our parent company. And we broke many SLAs, costs millions of dollars to our customers. And the lesson learned from that was not trivial changes are not always as trivial as they may seem. And you may want to take a few more than a few more minutes to think about the potential impact on your software deployments.
That was good. Thank you for telling us that tale. If you're just tuning in, we're sharing our horrifying bug stories on Halloween. I'm gonna keep doing that. Is that a scary voice? I don't do it well now, right?
I'm utterly terrified.
Yeah, and then the whistle, right? No, you want me to do the whistle again?
Do the whistle.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it before.
Boy, I'm good at that whistle. All right, and now we have another scary story, a bug story coming from Marcus Merrill. Marcus, it's your turn. I feel like we should be passing around a flashlight to hold under our faces when we do this.
The Oklahoma State Sex Offender Registry at some point allowed you to do queries, and you could figure out who whoever your neighbors, like where are people located near you, that kind of thing. And then somebody noticed at some point that if you look up in the URL after you've done a query, the URL says blah blah blah.gov/query equals select distinct name, comma, whatever, from table called whatever. I actually have it up right here. And this, for those of you who have been around databases for a while, that sounds like a database query, doesn't it? It sounds like a SQL query. In fact, the parameter is actually called SQL string. SQL string equals select distinct o.offender_ID, comma, doc number, comma, social security number, comma, date of birth. And it gives you the table. And it actually gives you a join algorithm and all that kind of stuff. So people figured out that you can actually hack the SQL queries directly leading to what's displayed on the page for anyone in that registry. And you know what they discovered next? What would be scary to discover next? Anyone have any guesses?
That you can update the registry.
You can update the registry. Update record, blah, 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 to take yourself off of the list. You know what you can also do? Insert into.
Add. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can add the governor of Oklahoma, which someone did right away. You can add, the president. You can add whoever you want into this database. And this was live, up and running for a little while before somebody noticed this and shut it down. And I think that, is it a bug or a feature to say that the laziest web developer in the history of mankind works for your site and that nobody was on hand with any skills to test the thing? Is that a bug or is it a feature? Did we want to be able to offer this feature?
I would imagine. Well, I would imagine not. But that sounds like a very horrifying story.
It's a very horrifying story.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, and from what I understand, and this may be apocryphal, but it actually edited the registry in a way that changed the nature of the data that had been collected to the point where it could no longer be trusted. Wow.
So what did they do?
I don't know. So that part of the story might be apocryphal, but it's pretty horrifying to think that you could do something that has real consequences for people and just, make it so incompetent. I mean, kind of goes back to the whole healthcare.gov thing. That was a little bit more sophisticated cause and effect, but fun fact, the inventor of Selenium, Jason Huggins, was on the team that found the root cause of the healthcare.gov problem. Interesting.
That's
Very
pretty cool.
What
Anyway,
year was
that's-
this, Marcus?
2008-ish.
2008.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't have backups of the database.
Yeah. I mean, disaster recovery at that point was not. Yeah.
Can
All
somebody
right.
tell a happy story to
Yeah,
cheer us
I'm gonna
back up again?
I'm gonna
please?
move on
Requesting
to
here.
I'm gonna move on to one that's a little less look, these are all horrifying bugs because this is Halloween. So I've got one. It's a little I'm gonna make it a little more of a whimsical story. Bug's still not great, but you know, we'll make this more whimsical. Ready? All right. And I'm not going to take credit for this. I did ask ChatGPT to write it in the way I'm about to tell you the story. I admit to my AI usage. Okay. Are we all ready? As AI tells us a short story.
Yeah.
Picture this. It's 1999 and the world is on edge. People are stockpiling canned goods, or like Nikolay, one single bottle of water under his bed, and whispering about digital Armageddon. Why? The Y2K bug. It made computers think it was 1900 when the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000. Yep, digital time travel. Programmers used 2-digit date codes to save memory space. 99 was for 1999, and 00 was, oh yeah, 1900. Panic. People thought planes would fall, banks would collapse, toasters would cause chaos, and the Y2K bug was the ultimate digital villain. But as the clock neared midnight, heroic programmers, Marcus, you worked on Y2K, right? Yeah,
I was adjacent to it. Yeah, helping with testing.
That was his second time seeing the Y2K bug.
Fair. All right. Yeah.
But as the clock neared midnight, heroic programmers named Marcus Merrill worked tirelessly to fix it. And when midnight struck, nothing happened. The world didn't end. Planes stayed up. ATMs dispensed cash, and toasters were oddly well behaved. The Y2K bug turned out to be more hype than bite. It cost billions to fix, but the world escaped mostly unscathed. And it taught us to code better and plan for the unexpected. So the next time you hear about tech doomsday, remember the Y2K bug. Sometimes even the scariest bugs are just digital paper tigers. Not really sure what. Yeah, there you go. Cool. So
Yeah.
there was my but in all seriousness, the Y2K bug obviously was a big deal, and we really did panic a bit, and people did have to spend tireless number of hours working on it, and it cost billions of dollars. So in essence, it was a bug, even though it didn't necessarily pan out the way I think people thought it would. Maybe that was a good thing. I
wouldn't say I got hit with the Y2K bug, but I did get a little bit of a little interesting thing happened around 2 a.m. I basically decided if the world's going to end, who do I most want to be in the room with so that we're all trapped together? And so we all play poker until 2 or 3 a.m. And I checked online my finances using an online tool, which I actually was doing in 2000. And it said I had over a $7 million net worth. Like my net worth had grown 100x overnight, and it's absolutely because of the Y2K bug. There's some sort of compounding interest projection algorithm that they had used that said that I was worth over 7 million, but they fixed it by 6 a.m. So because I didn't sleep when I saw that, I was like, I'm going to go to the bank tomorrow and I'm going to withdraw some money because they're going to think I got that before they fix it. But they fixed it right away, and so I got hit with that Y2K bug.
I remember where I was on midnight for Y2K. My cousin, my brother, and I were playing GoldenEye, and that's all we were doing all night that night. So there you go.
That's awesome.
I guess, yeah. Because, like you said, it's what you want to spend it with doing the things you love. So there you go. All right, we're gonna say goodbye for this another ghoulish episode of Test Case Scenario. I'm not good at the whatevers. I hope you had as much fun as we did. I doubt it, because we had a lot of fun recording this episode. Until next time, stay bug free.